Let's talk about Imperial now, which was founded by Bill Lynch and has businesses in logistics, car rental, tourism, financial services, vehicle distribution and retail.
So Mark Lamberti runs it these days, and they've gone down the road of separating the business basically in half between the logistics side of the business and then the motor and related businesses, which they're now given a name. It's called Motifs.
So we're talking about Motifs here.
Well, we're talking about the Motifs half of the listed entity, so they're not separate yet. I don't know if that's
but
the
perhaps
plan.
they're going that route. To market cap 35.7 billion rand, dividend yield of 4.2 and price to earnings ratio 12.6. Has Mark Lamberti risen to the occasion?
I think in terms of restructuring the business and making it a lot more coherent, he has done a really good job. So they're still in the process, unfortunately, of selling Regent. They've managed to sell the African operations. The local sale is a bit caught up at the competition authorities. I think Market's fairly confident that it'll still go ahead. And they're really focusing on the ongoing operations, as you said, the logistics business and this new Motifs division. And it's roughly 50-50 in terms of the size. So it is the whole motor retail, broad motor retail operation is a big part of Imperial. And I think they came out with results this morning, core HEPS down 8%. That gives you an idea of the difficulty because they're much more exposed to it. And also African logistics wasn't that great.
Well, let's see how the share price has been impacted. Not yet, but the trading day, of course, remembering that we record the show at around 10 o'clock. So we've got a whole day to unfold, and that could have an impact on the share price.
Not moving significantly, really, when the results came out pre-market on Tuesday morning. But look, remember what Motifs has in it is motor dealerships, which is partly new cars as well as the auto pedigree brand for new and sort of previously loved cars, or what do they always say. Then it's also got the distribution rights for Hyundai, Kia and Peugeot, Citroen, I don't know, same thing.
Renault,
anyway, Renault, yes, sorry.
So not Peugeot,
I don't
Renault.
know, maybe them too.
Let's clarify.
So the way that works is that then you make money on like bringing the cars in, but the problem is with the rand going the one way and then the other, it doesn't always work that well for you, and then they get more expensive and then they get cheaper. I mean, the stronger rand is good for them.
Yes, that's right.
But they've battled in that part of the business
this,
to move the number of cars.
do you call it this Motifs? What's it called?
Motifs.
Motifs. What kind of name is Motifs? May I just...
I think what they're trying to do is bring synergies. They've had these different divisions, but more focused under a single division. So they're looking for sort of interdivisional synergies. And I guess it's to indicate that it's a very motor-focused business.
And I suppose in the right market environment that they may consider a separate listing.
Yeah.
And also Motifs is a much more South African business, whereas the logistics business has got a lot more rand earnings because of that business up in Germany and others where they float stuff up and down the Rhine
quite
River.
A lot in Africa.
All right, so let's call this one, and of course, just coming back, we're talking about Imperial. We're talking about Imperial largely because of its Motifs business, which is roughly half the business, you're saying. Are we going hot or not?
Yeah, I think the near-term outlook's pretty difficult. They did indicate in their results it had run up in anticipation, I think, of a cyclical recovery. You know, it is dependent a bit on the rand, but I think at these levels, not hot.
Not hot. Paul?
Yeah, I think it's well to be cautious for the time being, particularly with the local economic risks and the politics we were talking about yesterday and so on and so forth. So I'm going to go not hot.
Not hot. Did you say local economic risks? Did I hear you saying local economic risks?
The budget and the cabinet reorganization, all the above.
And the beleaguered consumer.